too. We didn't exactly have a typical night out in Edinburgh last night, but we got typical weather today, yeah?
Yep, it's not let us down.
But I'm getting a typical night tonight.
It's a Ceilidh. You'll have heard of a Ceilidh before, but I think it's a Ceilidh band like you've never seen, and I think, in order to Ceilidh, I think we're going to have to get you sorted out, and this is a man to do it.
The skirt Scots have worn since the 16th century has been reinvented by 21st century kilts.
Look at this! Wow. I think this is too cool for me already.
Yeah, how are you? Yeah, good, man.
And I've come to meet the man behind it, a third-generation kilt maker.
I've been told that you are going to transform me into a Highlander with a twist.
It would be a big twist. We don't have Highlanders that look like you, unfortunately. No one would ever leave Scotland if we did.
And Highlanders never had kilts like these.
That's sort of pushing the boundaries, just like this one, actually.
Kilts are traditionally made out of thick wool, but that's boring.
Transparent kilt. That's the most extreme kilt in the world.
For Howie, it's all about being manly in a skirt.
This is all hand embroidered. This kilt is quite special.
It's very pretty.
You get this sort of juxtaposition of being funky and delicate, but still masculine and camouflage and sort of a military sort of angle to it.
And camouflage is what wearers needed when the kilt was outlawed in 1746.
The English banned it because they saw that Scots could use it as a way to unite each other. Anyone wearing the kilt or any part of the outfit was sent off to Australia.
They had a very good time there.
Absolutely, absolutely. I've been trying to get exiled for years.
Let's go really back. I mean, we're talking about the Vikings, the Romans.
Totally, Egyptians, Greeks. It's got a bigger history than just Scotland in that basically it's unbifurcated. There is no binding between the legs. The man's bits are really where they're meant to be and not kind of squashed into trousers. Trousers were originally made for women, for horse riding. And it's a true example of a woman looking better in trousers than a man could ever, and a man looking good in a skirt more so than a woman could.
This kilt evangelist wants to spread the man skirt across the world. And with rising internet sales and celebrity customers, he's not doing badly.
Saying that we are proud, we do love our own history, we do love our own garment. We're willing to change it and evolve it ourselves.
It's good to be able to wear it and not have it be the only issue of the day, you know? It's good to have it integral into a part of our culture.
These kilts cost between $500 and $2,000, but wannabe Highlanders also need expert advice.
The chunky socks are, in my eyes, the key rule. I'm constantly readjusting in a way to make sure they sort of sit at the right height. One of the most serious things a guy can go wrong when he's wearing it formally is to have the kilt too low, the socks too high, you get this situation, and there's no leg showing, and it looks horrible, it looks naff.
I'm going to go and try some stuff on. Is there some length restriction on the ladies?
As short as possible.
Mother wouldn't be proud. That is gorgeous. I'm dizzy. See you later tonight.
Oh, look at that. That's perfect.
We left the cramped old town to see something else Scots are proud of. A district built by the workers, for the workers.
We're in the Stockbridge colonies just now. All the houses you can see here were built specifically for the tradesmen that came to Edinburgh to build the new town. And you can see in the ends of each one of the gable ends there's clues as to which trade would live in which street.
Brilliant. And that's a carpenter?
Yeah, that's a carpenter.
So this was for the working class?
Very much so, yeah.
Between 1861 and 1875, they built themselves over 1,000 homes.
You can see now it's not working class.
Yeah,
I mean,
you can see by the gardens and the cars, it's a very desirable place to live.
Quite posh,
yeah.
they say, huh?
They originally cost around $200 and now sell for $500,000. And we've come to meet someone who can afford that. Well, only just.
We know you can afford it because you're a businessman.
Yeah, well. And also I'm sharing with my girlfriend, which is good. It splits the cost, but I'm director of a company called Stuart's Turf, and it's an old family company that my great-grandfather set up in 1894.
Duncan grows turf, grass to you and me, on 3 farms for Scotland's many golf courses.
This is my garden, but it's an absolute disaster right now.
But this is your business.
I know it's my business.
is your
I know. I'm ashamed to show you it at the moment.
You turf lover?
I'm a proud turfer.
Yeah, I know you're going to show us some made turf.
I suppose abstract turfing, if there's such a thing.
Creative turfing.
Abstract.
Creative turfing, yeah, that's true.
Driving to Duncan's turf surprise, we move through the posh new town.
I mean, you can see this was a move against the old town where everyone had been shut up, these tiny little windows. And,
But again,
very
people
different.
still lived on different levels according to their class.
Yeah. The rich people on the ground floors and second floors with the huge windows, and then up on the top floors would be the maids' rooms.
Nowadays, you have to be well off to live in the maid's room. Scotland's economy is booming, but inequality is rising, something Scots hoped this place would address.
This is it.
This is the turf of the Scottish Parliament.
It is, yeah.
Duncan's firm grew this special mix of Scottish grass and wildflowers.
The architect for the Scottish Parliament,
Yeah.
he wanted to make the whole building blend into Arthur's Seat behind us here. So during the winter, it's lush and green like Arthur's Seat is.
Yeah.
And then during the summer, when it's dry, it goes bone dry like this. But it's been quite controversial, like most things in the Parliament.
The grass was the least of their worries. The Parliament was 3 years late, and at $800 million, hugely over budget.
Let's talk about briefly what the Scottish Parliament has meant to young Scots.
That's a big question.
Is this
I think
symbolism?
I think it is symbolism, and I think there is national pride in it. But I think people expected a lot more change a lot quicker, really.
But it has delivered free university education and free care and bus travel for the elderly. And now the nationalists have won power. They're trying to take back what's left of the North Sea oil.
Something that I feel that Scotland lacks a little bit is a real positive national pride.
We're Scotland the brave, not Scotland the conquerors. It's that sense of always, having a big bully, to the south.
You're talking about England, the rivalry there.
Well, it's just we've been ruled by England for so long, and it's like we want to be proud and hold on to what we've got.
We love Scotland. We love going up the hills. There's millions of great things to do in Scotland, and it's better to focus on those things.
And check this out, you've got to check this out. Merlin has analysed the spooky noises from the ghost hunt. Alan, yeah.
Alan.
Alan is joining us for the evening. What have you got, man?
What have you got?
Well, I've processed it through a number of different effects and filters, and as far as I can see, there's nothing that really shows us that it is a voice.
Holy goodness, that does sound quite like Alan, to be fair, doesn't it?
Well, like I say, it's your interpretation of it.
Gosh, it was a lot of fun.
It certainly was.
But more fun to be had tonight with Kaylee dancing, huh?
Dude, bring it on.
Bring it on.
For my last night in Edinburgh, we would Kaylee the night away in our brand new kilts.
It's starting.
The Kaylee was traditionally danced at family gatherings.
1, 2, 3, hop.
In Gaelic, it means visit. But for me, it spelt disaster. They say you can learn to Kaylee in 5 minutes. But I wasn't so sure. The Kaylee caller had moves I'd never seen before. Even Simon seemed to instantly have the hang of it.
Listen to that funky Kaylee music, man.
And my first test would be the Canadian barn dance.
All right, ready? 1, 2, 3, hop.
Kaylee is usually danced in either sets of 4 couples or rings. Preferably without hurting your partner.
She's stepping on my toes.
Younger audiences are being wooed to Kaylee by new bands like Tianich, who fuse traditional folk with funk, jazz and rock. embarrassing. But this wasn't to be my last dance either. A ceilidh night isn't over until Auld Lang Syne. The 18th century song of friendship and reunion is by Scottish poet Robert Burns. It's used all over the world to symbolise the end of a journey. And this was the end of mine.